Hey, Eagle fans, it's EaglefanKarl, and the game has just ended, and we are in a van down by the river now. We're actually just outside of Chicky and Pete's. The three cousins, we watched the game together. We enjoyed it thoroughly as the Eagles finally win a close game, beating the New York Giants, and obviously we are thrilled as anything. So we'll send it first to our returning visiting commentator, Craig. Yeah. What did you think?
I thought the referees were the best part of the game because they did not call a thing that was like, what? Or what? They totally ruled the game. And yeah, the Eagles won, so it kind of seems biased because I'm like, oh, the Eagles won and the refs didn't call a bad game. But even if they would have lost, I think they still didn't call any plays, which is good. And the ones they did call were fair enough plays to call. So I think they played a solid game, which you don't see that much anymore.
Yeah, it was the Giants might have been complaining at the end there, but I think it was a good no call. They hadn't been calling any of that stuff all night, right. So to call something there, I think would have been really sort of. Yeah, it would have. I would have had a real problem with that. So, Steven, what did you think of the game? Other than the fact that we wanted to punch the Giants fan that was in the bar.
Yeah, I resisted the urge to punch the Giants fan in the bar. But it was a good game. I think Doug Peterson's going to get some criticism for a couple play calls.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But we actually won a close game, so that's good. I marked that in the column, on the win column for Doug Peterson. That we actually pulled a game out. In the end, Carson Wentz played a tough game. He played hard. Gotta love that guy. Good things coming next year for the Eagles.
I agree. And Carson Wentz, of course, sets the franchise record for most completions by an Eagles quarterback in a season. And that was a stat I mentioned a couple weeks ago was probably going to get broken. I will watch for attempts and yardage in the last game. And now the Cowboys have nothing to play for next week because we clinched a division for them tonight. So maybe we'll actually have a chance to win that game. And all things will be good. And I do have to point out, not to brag, but this is probably the closest I've ever come in my prediction. I said 23-20, 24-19. I was only off by 1 point on both teams. So I'll take it. And obviously we'll take a huge win by the Eagles. I'll try and check in later, and we'll look at the Cowboys game next week. Until then, fly, Eagles, fly.
Yeah, Eagles,
fly. Woo-hoo! E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
Eagles!